Hello and welcome to another episode of Garden to Table with Rose, and I am Rose. So today I am back in the kitchen and I decided to try to do a quick dinner that's Asian inspired. It is about 7 o'clock on Tuesday and I just got done working not too long ago and I'm hungry. But I don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen because it's a weeknight and I just don't have it in me to spend an hour cooking a meal. So I was browsing the internet as I normally do, looking at cooking stuff and recipes, and I found this recipe that seemed pretty easy, pretty quick, and I thought I'd try it. So this is called, and I don't even know, well, New York Times. This recipe is from the New York Times, cooking.newyorktimes.com. So this is a chili oil noodles with cilantro recipe. So I assume it has a bit of kick to it from all the chilies, and I'm not really a hot food, spicy food person, but I figured I could handle this. I just thought it might be something good to try. So I'm going to go over the ingredients list. It's a noodle dish, so you're going to need some udon noodles. I already got my water boiling, salted water boiling here in my little induction little hot plate. So I'm going to cook my noodles in there, but this is a very simple recipe and that's why I thought I'd try it. Now, I've never made this before. I may hate it, we'll see. But we're going to try it together. I kind of like these videos unscripted, so that's why I picked something I haven't made before. Okay, so you're going to need 14 ounces of dried udon noodles, which are a Japanese noodle, I believe. I happen to have some. Go figure. But in my pantry, I happen to have some. I like noodles in general. I like pasta, and so udon noodles, ramen, I should say. I tend to keep all of those, spaghetti, linguine, all of them. So I have this pack here. This brand is called Naka Simon. Never really heard of it. With these kinds of things, I usually just buy either what's on sale at the time or what has good reviews on Amazon.com, because I don't know a lot about them. But that's the variety I have. Where is this from? This is from LA, Los Angeles. So just get yourself some udon noodles. The instructions will be on your packet. 14 ounces. This is a 12-ounce pack, and I'm going to go with this. This is plenty to me. Although they asked for 14, that's the size it came in. You're going to need 1/4 cup chili oil with crunchy garlic, which I had never heard of until this. And so I went online and searched because I did not have this chili oil with crunchy garlic. It sounded good though. And this is what I came up with, and the reason why is because this had a lot of positive reviews on Amazon, and it's a huge jar, and it wasn't too expensive. I mean, this might have been 12 bucks for this, what is it, almost 25 ounce jar. So, and I can't pronounce this, Lyogama, I don't know. It looks like there's some kind of woman. I think it's a woman. It could be a dude. But on the jar. And it's called Spicy Chili Crisp. And it's clearly a chili oil. But apparently it has something crunchy in it. I assume that is crunchy garlic. Garlic that has been fried or something like that. So I got this. In addition, they want you to use this Szechuan chili oil. Now, I don't know why you need both, because to me, these two look alike, but I am not an Asian food aficionado, so it said to get both. So I got the Szechuan chili oil, which was actually pretty pricey for this little jar. It was about the same amount as this gigantic jar. But this brand is Blank Slate Kitchen. 8-ounce jar. I got this off of Amazon. I've never tried these things before. I just needed the Szechuan chili oil. So, and they had high ratings, so I got that. You're also gonna need some sesame oil. I keep this in my refrigerator because I do, Asian cooking quite a bit. And so I just keep that around because that's a common ingredient in Asian food. You're gonna need soy sauce, which I buy by the dang on gallon. So soy sauce, whatever kind you like. Or if you don't do soy, you could do tamari sauce, which tastes very similar. You could also do coconut aminos if you want to do the whole paleo kind of thing. And it tastes a lot like soy sauce too. And then you're gonna need some fried onions. This is an Asian brand that came from Vietnam. And I just got this because it was a good price on Amazon. Basically they're fried. This one's red onion. You could use, what is it, those French's fried onion things that you use for green bean casserole. I guess you could use those too. But this is what I got. This big container was not very expensive. Don't ask me how much. It probably was like about 10 bucks or 12 bucks or something like that. So, and then you're gonna need some cilantro. It's mid-July here. And so cilantro, my cilantro, at least in my garden, has really bolted. Luckily, I saved it and hung it to dry. So I got some dried cilantro here out of my garden, and if you have fresh you can use that, or if you want to buy fresh, I'm using what I got. And then you're going to need some green onions or scallions, which I will get out of my garden, and that's really pretty much, it seems like, for a garnish. So 1/2 cup of finely chopped cilantro. I'm going to use this dried and crumble it up. And then 2 tablespoons, not much, of these store-bought fried shallots or onions. Let's see, 1/2 cup of finely sliced garlic chives or scallions. That's a lot. 1/2 cup of green onion. I don't think I'm going to use that amount, but that's what they say. 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of the Szechuan chili oil, or to taste, 2 tablespoons of the sesame oil. And then 1/4 cup of this chili oil with a crunchy garlic, and you are good to go. So first thing you're gonna do is, get a big pot of boiling water. No, first thing you should do is get a glass of wine. Get yourself a glass of wine or some kind of cocktail to take you through this process. But then you want to take a pot, a big pot, and put it on your stove with some salted water. Bring that to a boil, and basically you're going to cook your noodles. Drain your noodles, rinse your noodles. I would recommend rinsing them because you're going to then do kind of a tossing or, kind of stir fry type deal. So, you don't want it all gummy and stuck together. So I would recommend rinsing them with cold water after they're done. And then, so you're just going to mix the cooked noodles literally with all of the other ingredients. I also have some baby bok choy that I purchased, so I'm gonna use that as a side dish so that I can have my noodles going. And this is so simple because, like I said, it looks like literally you mix all these ingredients together in whatever dish bowl you're gonna use to toss it in, and then you're going to just toss your noodles in it and serve it. I think that's pretty much it. Now, one thing I'm thinking is if you wanted to make this heartier, you could add protein. You could add, shrimp would be good in here, some kind of seafood. Chicken would be good. Chicken, cut up bits or strips of chicken. Even pork probably would be good in it. You can really add any protein you want. I am not going to because I am actually trying to cut back on meat. I eat a lot of meat, and I'm just trying to do 1 or 2 meatless meals during the week. Usually I don't have meat for breakfast. For breakfast, I usually either have a smoothie, some overnight oats, or hard-boiled eggs, or medium-boiled eggs, I should say. I don't like them hard-boiled. So that's usually what I have for breakfast. So there's no meat. But I usually always have meat for lunch and dinner. So I'm just trying to do a couple of meatless meals a week because I don't need as much meat, as much protein as I eat. I like my protein, so I'm trying to cut back a little bit. My noodles are done. It didn't take long, like 10 minutes to cook those. So those are all done. And then I drain them and rinse them with hot water because I don't want them to get sticky or gummy. That would probably be good if you were doing some kind of Italian sauce where you wanted it to stick to the noodles, but this is like an Asian dish, so I don't want to do that. So what I did, as I said, I have dried cilantro that I got from my garden, so I crumbled that up and then I mixed it with some parsley just because I have a ton of parsley in my garden and so I'm trying to use it. So to add some fresh greens to it, because the cilantro was dried, I actually just chopped up some parsley and added that to the mix. The recipe does not call for that. You basically just need, it says a half a cup of finely chopped cilantro, and then you can use some for the garnish. To me, a half a cup is a lot of cilantro. Cilantro has a very strong flavor, and usually people love it or hate it. I'm actually in the middle. I like it. It's okay. I don't love it. I don't crave it. I can do without it, but if it's there, I'll eat it, and I don't have any problem with it. So I would not use a half a cup. I would probably use like a quarter cup. I would scale that back. Okay. So it says in a large bowl, we're going to combine all 3 oils with the soy sauce and 1/2 of the chives. And they want you to use a half a cup. I'm sure I don't have that. I probably have about a quarter of a cup. But yeah, that's enough for me. But half a cup. So let's chop this up. And you know, generally speaking, I do a cook up on the weekend. I call it a cook up, meaning that I cook a bunch of stuff that I'm going to eat over the course of the week. You know, so I cook several proteins, several sides, and vegetables, and then I just kind of mix and match it as I go through the week. I don't think I did that this week because if you saw my post, I think Facebook or Instagram, I went to my meat market that I travel to once a year. Usually it's in Buchanan, which is about an hour from me. I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's in 6A. But it's about an hour away, and it is an amazing meat market. I do not have any farmer friends who grow cattle and stuff like that and hogs to buy from. I'm sure I could find them if I tried hard enough because I live in a semi-rural area, but I just haven't gone there. So I usually go to this meat market that the turnover rate is so high because everybody goes there. That place is always packed, and they literally have tractor trailers backed up to the building, refrigerated tractor trailers with just meat. And so it's a endless supply of meat. And so I go there once a year. It is quite an experience to go there. It's a very busy place. It's to me, it's a very aggressive energy because it is a meat market and lots of people moving around and cutting meat and gathering meat and lots of people shouting out orders. It's an experience, and it usually is an most of the day thing because, you know, driving an hour there, hour back, and then you're in there for at least 2 hours to just kind of get your meat. And that's without having them cut it up. I mean, there you buy meat by the whole part. So like if you want ribeye steaks, you get a whole ribeye. Like you can't just get 1 or 2 steaks. You got to buy the whole ribeye, the whole beef tenderloin, etc., etc. You can have them cut it up, but that takes even longer for them to cut the meat up. I usually just get it whole in the pack and cut it up myself to try to shave off some time, and that costs me a little bit more probably because they weigh it obviously after they cut it and they've cut off a lot of the fat and stuff like that. So I'm paying more, but I don't care. It's like it's already an ordeal of a day. I don't want to stay there any longer than I have to, so I get it whole, and then I use my scraps. I mean, I cut up my own meat, I food savor it in reasonable portions and freeze it, and then I use the scraps to make like hamburger, to make my own ground beef, or I'll use them to make sausage because I make a lot of sausages, homemade sausages. So that is my deal. And I just went there and I tell you, I had so much meat. I bought more than I ever bought before. I bought enough for like 2 years, at least for me, to go with that. But the point is, I didn't have time to prep any meals because of that whole excursion. So I'm doing something quick. All right, so combine all 3 oils with soy sauce and the chives. 1/2 cup of the garlic chives. So I'm going to use all my chives. Okay, so the 3 oils. We have there the Szechuan chili oil. Let me shake it up because, you know, these chili oils separate. And let me tell you, I am not measuring this stuff. This is like a tossed noodle dish. It's imprecise. I'm just gonna, you know me, I like to eyeball it. So I'm just gonna wing it. It says to use 2 teaspoons of this, which isn't much. This must be pretty spicy. I should taste it. So let me just stir this up here. I have a little spatula. I don't know if you can see all of this. I have a casserole dish. I'm just gonna toss it in here. Basically 2 teaspoons, or in my case, it'll be a tablespoon. Let's see. Let me taste it. Let me tell you how it tastes. Okay, it tastes very garlicky. It's not super spicy. It's just a lot of garlic in that one. So, and then this one, let's see, how much of this one? 1/4 cup of this one, of the spicy chili crispy oil. So I assume there's some kind of, there's supposed to be a crunchy garlic in here. So what did I say, a 1/4 cup? That's a lot. Okay. It smells good. Let's see, a 1/4 cup. Alright, let me tell you how this tastes. Let me taste it. I'm gonna be brave. Hopefully it's not super hot. Okay. That's not hot at all. It's just chili. Oh, chili powder. It's not really hot. There's a little bit of heat, but it's nothing much. And I can't do heat. So for me to say there's not much, that means it's not much. But it's good. I have like crunchy garlic in it. Like like the garlic is, I don't know if they fried it or what, but it's crunchy like the fried onions would be mixed in. So that's good. It's better than the Szechuan oil. The Szechuan oil is more garlic flavored and pepper. And I think, I don't know, it didn't seem that spicy. So the spice level on both of them are about the same. Okay, also 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. So this is Dynasty Premium Sesame Oil, product of Japan. This is just what they have at my local store. That's why I get it. So do what you need to do. And by the way, sesame oil has a very strong flavor, so a little bit goes a long way. Don't overuse that. The flavor is overpowering, so you don't want to go overboard with that. Okay, and I need my onions here, my scallions, and then soy sauce, 2 teaspoons, which I'll probably end up putting a little bit more than that. I like soy sauce. It's a good flavor. All right, so I got this mixture. You can't see it, but it actually is very vibrant. It's pretty. Let me mix this all together. And then we're gonna toss the noodles in here, it looks like, and then add the cilantro, parsley, and fried onion mixture. I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to show this to you without wasting it. But it looks, can you even see that? It looks really vibrant and good. So I have my udon noodles here. I've drained them, rinsed them. They're still hot, luckily. So put those in there and toss those. And while I was waiting for the noodles to cook, I actually stir fry my baby bok choy that I want for the side. It doesn't take long to cook bok choy because I like mine kind of a little bit crisp. So just long enough for it to wilt, kind of like you would do spinach. That's all I did. Alright, so then you basically just add the cilantro and, in my case, parsley. And I'm going to add it all at once. You could save some and do a garnish type thing, but this is a quick weeknight meal. I'm not trying to be too super fancy with it. I don't know though. It didn't call for a lot of the chili mixture for the sauce, but it seems like to me these noodles could use a little bit more coating, in my opinion. But let me try it with the amount called for in the recipe. And then again, if you are not happy with the level of spice or flavoring, obviously you could add more. You know, this is why this is a nice quick weeknight meal, because this really, I mean, you don't really have to measure anything. You know, it's kind of whatever you feel, whatever floats your boat, man. Okay, wait a minute. All right, dang, I'm wasting stuff everywhere. Okay, how much how much of these store-bought shallots? 2 tablespoons. That's not much. Good gosh. I'm gonna do more than that because I got this huge container. So it only called for 2 tablespoons of it, which is hardly nothing. So I just added basically a little handful. And you know, you want to serve this right away, obviously, because I would assume you want those little fried onions to stay fairly crispy if you can. Although, you know, you're gonna have leftovers, so if you have to reheat it is what I say. All right, let me get a bowl. A bowl. All right, I have a bowl. I'm gonna plate this up just quickly so I can taste and tell you how it tastes. And this video will be done. This is a quick video. There they are, and it's pretty. I mean, it's colorful, red and green, fresh herbs, you know, in it. So it's a good deal. It's tasty. You know, it has a multitude of flavors. You got garlic, chilies, onion, oil. So there's a number of flavors going on here, but it's not too spicy. I don't do super spicy. I can only do about jalapeno hot, and this is much less than that. This is more like a little red pepper flakes with chili powder. The level of hotness. So it's a keeper. I will most likely be making this again or something similar because I have these jars of chili oil seasonings now, and I have to use them up some kind of way. So I definitely probably will be making this again for a quick meal. This is fantastic. You can add protein to it if you want to make it more hearty. Serve it with some kind of wine if you are a wine drinker. I don't know if you would use red or white with this. Traditionally, I use white with everything because I don't like red wine, so I got a Chardonnay. But this is a pretty good meal. I would give it 4, 3.5 to 4. I mean, it's not super exciting. It's pretty basic, but the whole point is that it's a 20-minute meal that you can do on a weeknight. So I'd give it a 3.5 out of 5 or a 4 out of 5, somewhere in there. All right, and that is it for this video. I shall see you next time. And next time will probably be a garden tour. Take care. Bye-bye.